How do you know when it's the right time to trust a teen with privileges they lost, like access to social media or having a cell phone? Christy?
I think that kind of ties into the last question. It takes a lot of time for them to earn back trust, and I think to earn things back gradually, see how they do with something smaller. I think that's important, and I think it just depends on the child too. It just depends on the kid, the teen. I don't know if there's an exact answer or science to it. I think you watch their behavior, and you can usually tell whether they're bullshitting you and their ego a lot. For my son, we didn't take the cell phone, but since he's been in Cornerstone, he still doesn't, as an adult, have a browser on his phone or access to anything online because he struggles with that. So for him, that's a choice he's making, even though he's awakening and he's not living at home now. He just moved into an apartment with someone else in the program, and so I shared the password to his phone with that person. So I won't be the go-to anymore, but he still wants that accountability. So I guess, but there was a time when he because he had a flip phone in the beginning, and he just was, every week was on us about wanting, a phone. And then also, I know even for him, like going back to work was even a privilege. And he was in OP, and I really looked to the counselors. To say, we think he's ready to go back to work. I think you could try a phone now and see how that goes. I really deferred to that because especially in OP, they're seeing him every day. And, this program's so busy. The kids are so busy in this program that a lot of times I just, it was good night, good morning. That was all that we saw each other. So I really deferred to the counselors a lot on that.
Cool. So I'm just going to add one more thing to that real quick, and then we'll move on to the next question. But so I think the key word there is privileges, and privileges must be earned. Must be earned to your satisfaction as the parent. And this again is where like the parent-driven recovery comes into play. It's not counselor-driven recovery. It's parent-driven recovery. That whatever privileges they have or they're earning them to your satisfaction. And they're not getting them until you believe that they've earned them. Laptop, phone, car, access, job, like whatever it might be. And one of the reasons why that's so important is because so much of the work that we do with your kids is around building their self-esteem. Because the thing that we know about self-esteem is that people who have pretty healthy self-esteem generally don't make self-destructive decisions or act out in self-destructive patterns, which is what brought all your kids here. Rather that was substance abuse or self-harm or anxiety, depression, suicidal ideation or attempts, like whatever, eating disorder, like whatever it might be, it's rooted in self-destructive patterns and behaviors. And that's why your kid is here. And when we get things that we haven't really earned, well, we don't value them as much, and that creates entitlement. And entitlement is a learned behavior, and entitlement is like kryptonite for self-esteem. So if your kid is only getting the things that they've earned from you, then that creates a foundation for some pretty good, building some pretty good self-esteem. And if like the mantra in the home is nothing given, everything earned, and when we're put in that position to where we only get what we've really earned, well, then we grow to a place to where we only want what we've earned. Like if I get something today that I don't feel like I've earned or I don't feel like I deserve, like I don't want it. It's like, it's cringy. Like, it makes me feel really uncomfortable. And that all started with this foundation in my home of nothing given, everything earned. which is a great way to help your kid build some really healthy self-esteem.